Potentially the most famous colours that people will recognise you in.
Yeah.
What's your first memory of these, Frankie?
Obviously, Godolphin. My first memory, obviously, I started in 1994 with Godolphin, and 18 great years. I think I'm short of 1,000, about 950 winners with these colours. So a third of my winners, a big chunk of my winners came with these. I mean, we can stand here 4 hours talking about all the good horses in our road. Obviously, Dubai Millennium springs to mind, the first one. Dailamis, Fantastic Light, the Saki, Mark of Esteem. I mean, some amazing horses, really. Cape Verde. I missed another 20 in there, but yeah, and also these colours took me around the world. You know, I've been Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, America. So yeah, always pleased to see him. I'll be honest with you.
What about this one?
Well, obviously this is the authorised colours, 2007 Derby, my first Derby, my 15th attempt. Special, you know, your first Derby is always special. My mum and dad were there. I had a good horse, good race, show price favourite, pressure was on. And, just, how they say, get the monkey off your back. And I did. I'll be honest with you, it was more of a relief than enjoyment. But, he was a great horse. So, again, I'll never forget these because it's like having your first child, really. Having the first Derby, so yeah, good memories.
First one or first moment you think of these?
Well, the only thing I can think of is Enable, obviously, because I can't pass or love than I have for a horse. Obviously, I rode many Group 1s with these. Going back maybe nearly 30 years ago for John in Longchamp. They've been very lucky for me, and the Royal Ascot winners. But Enable just sort of passes everything. Love that I had for her, and the emotions that I don't think no horse gave me so many great emotions as Enable in these colours. So amazing. I can't list all the winners that I rode, but really, really, really important. And just a testament how good Juddmonte, the breeder operation, have been, and may long continue.
And just the word as well for Prince Khalid. That's something that's significant, you feel, when pulling these silks on, what he did for the sport.
Yeah, listen, I grew up dancing Bravia when I was 16 or 15. I remember going to Rolling Mile, watch Pat winning on the Dancing Brave. He was a great horse. Then obviously Franco, and then Enable, I would say they're his top three. So yeah, proper colours.
Top stuff. These famous in both jump racing as well as obviously the flat racing now, but what would be your first memory of these ones, Frankie?
I guess Rachel probably wants them back. Lots of winners, obviously. I remember Queen's Trust from Sir Michael at the British Cup, Fillies and Mares. And also the recent one, my last winner at Royal Ascot last year was a Spiral. We also won the Fillies Mile in Newmarket. Wonderful filly, won the Jacqueline Marois, beating the Colts in France. The good thing about it, she stayed in training, so I'm looking forward to ride her again. Again, you can at a glance recognize these straight away. Cheveley Park, the Thompsons, been in racing forever, great breeders and unbelievable people.
Yeah, Frankie bursting back onto the scene in these colours.
Yeah, obviously Al Shakab, Sheikh Joaan from Qatar. Where I thought I was going almost to retire because I couldn't get any more business when I left Godolphin. Sheikh Joaan came to the rescue and waited straight away. Basically the year after I won on the Galileo Gold, the Guineas. Again, many other winners on Olympic Glory, Al Wakil, Trev. Yeah, you know, I owe a lot to Sheikh Joaan because he gave me a lifeline where I thought I had to retire at one point, but I managed to survive another 10 years.
Another slight wait, but another derby. How about these?
Yeah, amazing. This is the start of my comeback, second career, basically. When I went back to Joaan 10 years ago, well, not quite 10 years ago, but it was 2015. The first horse he put me in the morning was Golden Horn, and the dream came alive when I won my second derby, and this time I was able to enjoy it. I was older, my kids were older, I didn't have the pressure of winning it for the first time, and it was really amazing. And listen, in my nearly 3,500 winners plus, this race probably had the biggest emotion, yeah, for one single race. And yes, and obviously Cracksman, they came along as well. So the Oppenheimer's been great supporters of mine, and yeah, they take a special place in my heart.
Last but not least, the horse that I saw, they tweeted yesterday, won at Beverley before he stepped onto bigger things. How about these colours?
Yeah, Bjorn Nielsen, obviously, you know, everybody recognized this because of the Strad. Amazing horse, 3 Gold Cups. You know, you know, Enable was special, but with this little fella, I managed to win more group races than Enable, I think 14 with the same horse. And, you know, what was so good, his longevity, people got attached to him, and it was a fun horse to ride, unbelievable, because for Austere, he had a tremendous turn of foot. And luckily for us, he's next door in a national stud, so I must go and visit him. Again, one of my all-time favorite horses.
What would have been your best day with Stradivarius? You know, your best 1 or 2 days you remember?
Well, he loved York. He won 6 races there, and obviously when he won the Gold Cup. It's a shame he won the Gold Cup by 10 lengths on COVID, you know, so I think it was just myself and my driver there. But yeah, it was a tremendous horse.